Welcome back. My name is Joanne and today is going to be my cheek product collection video. I will most likely not be swatching anything today. Hopefully this video is not too long. Okay. Hopefully not for editing's sake. But today I'm going to be talking about my bronzers, blushes, highlighters, cream and powders, and my face palettes. I do not have any cream or liquid highlighters, just to let you guys know. But yeah, I am really excited for this. I do have a couple new products too that I did use today because I just picked them up today when I went to Ulta because I needed to get a face primer. I know, a girl that doesn't use face primer but needs face primer because I've been having trouble with makeup sticking on my nose right here. Like I'll literally go to apply it and then it just goes away. Well, no. I go to blend it out and then it just goes away. So also, I hope you don't mind the teal eye look today. I do have a teal shimmer in my Panlos eyeshadows and I need to use it. So here you go. I love a little monochromatic teal moment. But without further rambling, let's get into this cheek collection with my bronzers. I do have 4 cream bronzers. Look, don't ask me how it happened. It just did, okay? First, I'm going to start off with my Rare Beauty bronzer stick in the shade Happy Soul. I don't even know why I try to look at the bottom. I remember it. But this is what this one looks like. It barely has any product in it because this was what I was trying to pan this year. And then I got tan. So I was like, I can't use this anymore. Maybe I could still use this, actually. Do you think I could use this? Let's see. I mean, it still shows up. Because in my mind, I just think it's too light for the type of bronzer that I like. Yeah, that looks a little more natural-ish. And the other light bronzer stick that I have is this Dibs Duo. I don't know what this is called. It's one of these dip sticks that was really popular. And the bronzer is in the shade Spill the Tea. And this is what it looks like. It has a little bit of like a coconutty scent. But this one's very light. This is definitely a winter shade for me. So when I use up my Rare Beauty one, I will be working on this one. And I will be mentioning the blush side when I get to it. The bronzer stick I'm currently using is this Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick in the shade Dark. This is what it looks like. It's a really nice shade for me. I do like a darker bronzer. Not that you can tell today, because I feel like today's bronzer is a little more natural because it is a little lighter than I normally go for, but this is the one that I currently use. And my last one is a foundation stick that I did mention in my base collection video, and that is my Ilia Skin Rewind Complexion Stick in the shade 28N Mora. And this is just too orange for me to use as a foundation stick, and a little dark actually. Like on my hand it always looks fine. Yeah, like that looks like it blends in, but then on my face it just looks a little off. So I do use like a shade lighter than this one for my face. Now for my powder bronzers that aren't in palettes. I have a lot. Actually, should I just share the ones that are also in palettes? No, I'll do face palettes at the end. Okay. I have 7 bronzers, 7 single bronzers. I have an explanation, okay? So these two are the MAC Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation. This is in the shade C8. This is in the shade NC45. They're both a little dark for me, so they're bronzers. This is a nice olive toned, and this is like a more of like an orangey type of shade. They have become bronzers because they don't match me as powders. I do have another MAC bronzer. Look, I can't help it, okay? This is one of their Sunstruck matte bronzers. This is in the shade Matte Deep Rosy. And this is what this one looks like. It's really nice. It's very pigmented, so I literally just do one tap and it doesn't even have any kick up. So I just go in and that's it for the cheek. So I do really like this. It's very creamy formula. It's very nice. And I would pick up a lighter one, but I gotta get through some of these things because my cheek products don't fit in the organization that I would like it to. My next bronzer is my YSL All Hours Hyper Bronze in the shade 4. And this is another bronzer that I'm currently using for the summer. It's a little deeper, it's a little red toned, and I love it. It's so nice, very silky smooth, very nice to apply. I have a Gucci bronzer. This is the shade number 2. This is a little too cool toned for me right now. It's more of like a neutral bronzer, but it just pulls very cool on my skin currently, and I would rather use this in the winter time, even though it is a shade that does work for me right now, like depth wise. But yeah, I just don't like, I want a little bit more warmth in my bronzer currently. My next bronzer is my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer in the shade number 2 medium. This is 100% a winter bronzer for me. It looks like my skin tone right now. But this is really nice. Again, another silky formula. This is so expensive, but this packaging is so pretty. And I think these are refillable, which is really nice. Would I buy a refill of this? I don't know, because I love the YSL bronzer. And I do have a new bronzer that I did use today that I do love as well. So I don't know if I would buy a refill of this, but I love this packaging and I would probably keep it to repress things into here to use. And my newest bronzer to my collection is this RMS Redimension Hydra Bronzer in the shade Malibu Muse. In the shade Malibu Muse. I hope that still sounds wrong, but this is what it looks like. It's absolutely stunning. Like, it's so pretty. And again, it is the bronzer I have on today. It adds like a little bit of a sheen, but not that much. Not as much as I would expect it to. And it's a really nice shade. It's like just a hair darker than me right now, so it's more of a natural bronzer. But this, yeah, this is definitely a winter bronzer. This is their second deepest shade, I believe. I just didn't want to buy another summer shade of bronzer because I have enough. And summer only lasts like, what, 3 months in Michigan? So I don't need another one, okay? So this is what I got today and I'm really happy about it. It was very easy to use. It does build up. I did have to build this up a lot today, but that, again, that's because I'm more tan than I normally am. But it is a nice formula based off of first impressions. Now for my cream blushes. I'm going to start with the ones that aren't my MAC Glow Play blushes because that is the majority of my cream blushes. So again, going back to this dipstick, the blush is in the shade Full Deets. And it's just this nice peachy pinky shade. And I would love to pan this entire duo soon. So yeah. This might get rolled into my rolling project. Well, not even your rolling project pan. I think I just called it a year-long project pan. I think I'm gonna roll this into there soon. But I do also need to use up my Rare Beauty bronzer first. But I could always roll in this blush. That might be a little too light for me, but I need to try it out. I have this mini Westman Atelier blush. This is their Baby Cheeks blush stick. This is in the shade Petal. Why did I buy this? I don't know. Look, everyone talks about how great of a formula Westman Atelier blush sticks are, but is this a shade that I would use in the summer? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It like has almost a little bit of like a purpliness to it, and 100% is more of a winter shade for me. So why would I buy the shade now? I don't know, but it does look really pretty and I do want to try it at least during the summer sometime because maybe I will like it. I need to stop swatching things because I was not planning on swatching anything today. My last cream blush that's not my MAC Glow Play blushes is this NARS The Multiple in the shade Hot Take. This is their newly reformulated version, and I did use this in a first impression, and that's the only time I've used this. Yeah, I need to use this more to really get an idea of what I think of this, because on its own, it didn't last all day. Okay, I have very oily skin though. I didn't expect it to last all day, but that's the shade. It looks very like bright pink, but blending it out, like you can see that blurring finish. It's just a nice, like sunburnt type of shade, which is what I wanted when picking the shade out. Why was that so hard to say? Yeah, again, I need to try this a little more, use like powder blush on top and all of that stuff, because this lasted decently. I will say it lasted better than I expected it to, but still not to the point where I would be happy with just using this all day long. Maybe in the winter when I'm not as oily, but currently no, I can't do that. Now all of my MAC Glow Play blushes. I have 6. Okay, I want more. There is a shade that I do want. Let's see here. Which ones are my oldest? This one. Okay. These two I got at the same time. So this one is in the shade So Natural. These are both before they reformulated them. This is just a nice light peachy shade that works great in the winter time. And then this one is in the shade Grand. I think this one's a little less coral now, which is really sad because I love this shade so much. I use this a lot during the summer. I'm not using this today. I will tell you which one I am using because I am using one of these today. But yeah, this is something that I've been loving using. I mean, you can tell that I've been using this one. And I wish the shade was the same, but they probably have another like corally type of shade in their lineup. They have so many shades. Oh my god, they have so many. But yeah, this is one that I'm currently using during the summer. This is the one that I am using today. This is in the shade Blush Please. It's just a nice everyday pinky shade. And I do have a blush layered on top, but I don't think it added too much pigment. It's mainly this. It's just, again, a nice everyday pink shade, and I love it so much. This one is in the shade Ginger Look, and I actually haven't used this as much as I thought I would. Excuse you. Yeah, I haven't used this as much as I thought I would because it's just like a nice everyday warm brownish shade. I don't know. I've been reaching for either Blush Please, Grand, or Pinch of Marrakesh, which you're going to be seeing. Yeah, this one's just not been used all that much, which is, again, very surprising to me because this is a shade that I love. Like, these kinds of shades are nice for every day, especially during the summer when you're going for those warmer tones. This one is my favorite during the winter. This is the shade True Harmony. It's just a beige. It's just a cooler tone brown blush. It's really pretty on the cheeks though. It has like a hint of pink, and it's just really pretty. Again, my favorite one for the winter time. And my last one is the one that I was talking about before. This is in the shade Pinch of Marrakesh. It's just such a nice rusty shade. Oh, I love the shade so much. This has been my go-to other than Blush Please. And Grand I'm using because I'm trying to use a coral blush 50 times in my year-long project pan. That's not going very well, actually. I love the bronzer in that palette, which you will see that palette. But I haven't been wanting to reach for the blush. The highlighter is too dark on me, so I might scrape it out. Because if it's too dark for me now, it's always going to be too dark for me, you know? I actually forgot about a cream blush. This is my Danessa Myricks. What is this called? Like the Yummy Skin blush? I don't know what it's called. This is in the shade Jubilee. This is really pretty. This formula, I prefer the MAC Glow Play blushes. Okay. This formula, it takes a little bit to blend into the skin, but it is really nice. It's a matte formula though. So if you don't like a matte blush, I don't recommend these unless if you're going to top it with something, which I always do. I love a glowy cheek. Like, can you tell? Yeah. I don't know. It's not a favorite anymore. It was. But now I'm like, I just have something that I reach for over this. But I also don't want to declutter this because it is a nice product. So, I did forget about her. I'm sorry. You don't deserve to be forgotten about. The amount of powder blushes in my lap right now is absurd. Okay? Yeah. We're going to start with the one on top, which is this Givenchy Prisma Libre blush in the shade number 4, Organza Cyan. This is just another one of those rusty, sunburnt type of shades. So pretty. I use this on top of Pinch and Marrakesh and on top of Jubilee. And I would probably use this on top of Hot Take from NARS as well. This is just such a pretty blush, especially for the summer. I love it. It adds a little bit of like a luminosity to the cheek as well. Stunning. And I do love the scent of this. Look, I know people don't like perfumey smelling makeup. I love it. I don't know why. I love this scent. I love the scent of the Huda Beauty powder. I just love it. Okay? I can't help it. Honestly, I might keep this in my little makeup bag right there because I want it on hand at all times. I have this Gucci blush. Can you tell I love Gucci? Yeah. So I have this Gucci blush, and this is in the shade number 8, Soft Red. It's just a nice coral shade. Again, great for spring, summertime. I did try using this, and I was like, oh, that's kind of light. I need to try using it again to really see if it's too light for me right now. But I do love this. I love the formula. It's very silky. It's very powdery, I will say. But it's such a nice formula. It blends out so easily. I really want the beige one of this. I have a type, okay? I can't help it. I'm sorry, I can't help it. I am so dramatic. I cannot with myself sometimes. I have one of these YSL Make Me blushes. I do want the peachy one. Anyways, this is in the shade number 44. I think this is Nude Lavalier. I think that's how you say it. I did take French from like elementary school through high school, but I don't remember anything, so don't ask me. Yeah. But this is that one. This has a sheen to it, obviously, and it has like a little bit of a purpliness to it, kind of similar to that Westman Atelier cream blush. I think they would pair very well together, but again, this is more of a winter shade for me. But it's so pretty. I love this formula. Again, it's very powdery, but it's very easy to blend out. It's pretty pigmented, but it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I need to start using up like my single blushes so I can buy more. Anyways, I have this one from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Cheek to Chic in Pillow Talk Intense. This is one of her nipple blushes. Okay, this is a very pretty mauve shade. The only thing is I hate these two-tone things. Like, why can't you just mix it together to make a blush? Like, why does it have to be separate? That really annoys me. Like, I don't know why, but every time I see like a two-tone product, I'm like, everyone just rolls it together anyway, so why not just make it one product? Anyways, but this is a really nice formula. Again, it's a very nice silky formula, very easy to use. Again, another wintry type of shade for me, but very, very nice. I'm just gonna do my one-offs first, and then I'll get to the ones where I have multiples. Okay. I have this Laura Mercier blush in the shade Chai. Again, this is not a blush shade that I'm currently using, and I'm like afraid that this is gonna fall out of the pan because it did crack a little, and I can still kind of see where it cracked a little bit. But this is such a nice everyday pinky blush. Maybe I need to try it on my tan skin to see if it'll show up, because it just seems like It looks a little light, you know. Again, another nice winter, another nice wintry blush. You know, it's fine. The last one I have one of is this Patrick Ta Double Take Creme and Powder Blush, and I do not have the cream blush of this anymore because it started looking funky, which is weird because I haven't had this for super long before it started looking weird. But I love this shade so much. It's just a nice pinky bronzy blush shade. It's like it's such a nice bronzer shade, as people say it nowadays. But yeah, I like it. I'm gonna keep it. I don't like Patrick Ta. I will not buy anything else from his brand, but I do really like this blush. I have two blushes from Dior. These are the newly reformulated ones. This one is in the shade Cherry, which is what I picked up first out of the two. It's just a nice bright red blush. These literally smell like candy and I love it. But this is just such a nice poppy blush for the summer. I need to use this more. Maybe I'll put this into my bag as well. It's so pretty. It's just so pretty. And I do like these formula. I do like this formula. It's more of a buildable formula. So even though this is super bright, it doesn't go on the cheek like bam pigment. It's very buildable. My other one I have is in the shade Rosewood, which is just a nice everyday pink shade. Same scent. But I love this so much. I have used this before. I've used this a couple times now. And I just love it so much. I do have two from RMS now. Like I mentioned before, I went to Ulta today and my Ulta now has RMS in store, which is really exciting. So the first one that I ever got is in the shade Maiden's Blush, which is, I think, their most popular one. At least it was their most popular one. It's just this nice mauve blush. It's so pretty. It's so, so pretty. It took me a while to finally use this, but when I did, I'm like, girl, why have you not been using this more often? It's stunning. And my other one is in the shade Crystal Slipper, which is the one that I have topped on top of Blush Please. It didn't add a ton of pigment to it, but it added a nice luminosity. So that's really nice. But this is what that one looks like. This would definitely show up more when I'm paler, but it's still a really pretty shade. And now I have a few MAC blushes. So I have two of their, oh actually, this is one of their original powder blushes. This is in the shade Melba, a nice everyday peachy pink shade. I'm gonna go through these kind of quickly because it's already almost been half an hour. That was really pretty. I love using this one so much. This is one of their sheer tone blushes. This is in the shade Peaches, just a nice peachy shade, like the name suggests. And I have two of their mineralized blushes. This is in the shade Warm Soul. This is a cult classic. I think that they reformulated it so it doesn't look like the original Warm Soul, but this is really nice. Again, it's a little lighter, so it's just a nice, like, if I just want a little topper on top of like a cream blush or something, I can use this one. But it does add a tiny little bit of like a peachiness to it. It's kind of similar to Crystal Slipper based on first impressions. Maybe I need to try them like one on each cheek to see. And then my last powder blush is the shade Lovejoy, which is again one of their mineralized blushes. And it's just a nice everyday pinky brownie shimmery blush. Look, I have a type, okay? I have a type. Now to move on to my highlighters. It's not as bad as my blushes, but it's still a decent pile. So I have two from Rare Beauty. I have the shade Mesmerize, which is the pink tone, it's the lighter pink toned one. And then I also have the shade Exhilarate, which is the lighter goldy champagne one. I would love to hopefully use these up soon. We'll see. I might need to make these a priority to use up because also these only have 2.8 grams of product in them. So I think that means it's not going to take that long to use up. We'll see if I'm right. My next highlighter is, oh, I don't have any cream or liquid highlighters. I mean, I have the Auric Glow Lust, but I use that as a primer, not a liquid highlighter. So my next highlighter is this Benefit Cookie Highlighter. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's like this pinky champagne shade. I have this one from Kaleidos. This is in the shade Ray Rider. This was in my Project Pan, and I don't know if it'll be coming back to my Project Pan or not, because again, I would like to focus on my Rare Beauty highlighters. But then this is also a very chunky packaging that I could get out as well. But this one's also very pretty. It's a little glittery. So if you don't, like, for me, it's not glittery. But that's because I'm used to like an indie colorful highlighter that's glitter. Yeah, I think this is really nice. It's just, again, a winter shade. For me, it's way too light for me right now. And the packaging is very clunky. So it takes up a lot of space. And I don't think it comes with a ton of product. It doesn't say how much it comes with, but I don't think it comes with a lot. I have this highlighter from Bobbi Brown. This is their highlighting powder, and this is the shade Peach Glow. I do kind of want pink glow, but again, I need to use things up before I can purchase something new, because I don't have space in my little organizer for anything. But this is what this one looks like. It's a nice highlighter for right now. It's a great shade. It's a little sparkly. It's very pretty. I am very surprised by this one. I have this one from ABH. This is their Glow Seeker highlighter in the shade Sun Idol. And this is from when they released these for the holiday season. This is so pretty. And this packaging is luxe. I think they do still have these. They have, I think, 2 other shades as well. So I think these are really nice. Again, luxe packaging, very heavy. Very, very pretty. And it seems like it's like that baked gelée type of formula, which I love. I love a baked gelée, baked product type of formula. And my last 2 are from MAC. So I have this mineralized skin finish in the shade Global Glow. I use this as a subtle highlight, but also as a finishing powder. And it's just very pretty, especially now that I'm tan. Look. Gotta have tan products, gotta have when I'm lighter products. I do want Soft and Gentle. Okay, that is the cult classic one. But I do really want that one for when I'm paler. But this one is really nice. I love this so much. This is making me not want to repurchase the Hourglass finishing powders. Yeah. I love it that much. And my last highlighter is the one that I am wearing today. Oh, look at that. Girl, it's so pretty. This is also from MAC. This is their Extra Dimension Skin Finish in the shade Oh Darling. Oh Darling. This is stunning. Like, it looks like it would be a little dark, but it is not. It's so pretty. I do want Double Gleam and Whisper of Guilt. That's also in this formula. But again, I need to use things up before I can purchase more things. My last category are my face palettes. I'm gonna start with the ones that only have one product in them, like it's like a blush palette or like a highlighter palette, you know? There aren't more than one type of cheek product in it. So I do have 2 blush palettes. This one is new. This is from Danessa Myricks. This is her Dewy Cheek and Lip Palette. Yes, this is very dewy. I did use this yesterday. I used this shade, and it's a sticky formula. So if you don't like a sticky formula, I would not recommend these. But I did, actually, no. Yesterday when I did my makeup, I didn't have it on for that long. I did put a lot of powder on top of this to take down the tack, because it is very sticky. My other blush palette is from Blend Bunny. This is the Juicy Cheeks face palette. This is what it looks like. A very summery blush palette that, guess what? I haven't used this summer, but it's so pretty. And I love these shades. I love a purple blush. Okay, it's very pretty. But yeah, this is my other blush palette. These are the only 2 blush palettes that I have in my collection. And now I have highlighter palettes. I have this one from Dior. This is the Backstage Glow Face Palette. Technically, these two are like a blush and like a bronze. They're all highlighters, okay? I only use this shade, and I use the white to mix with it if this gets too dark on me, which sometimes it does during the winter. But I do think these powders are really pretty, and this makes me want to try their new highlighters that they came out with. But again, I don't have space, and I need to actually use things up before buying other things. I do have two more highlighter palettes. I have this one from Blend Bunny. This is the Noctilucent highlighter palette. Sadly, this is no longer available. This is just a colorful, glittery palette. It's so pretty. My favorite is probably Transient. I love this green highlighter. I probably could have used like Transient and like Apparition today, or maybe just Apparition. I could have used this today. Missed opportunity. But this one's so pretty, and I wish they never discontinued it because it is absolutely stunning. And then I have this one from Electrum Cosmetics. This is the Daydreamer palette. I don't think they have this anymore. It's a one-person indie brand, and I think she just does like different things each launch, which is really cool. But these are so pretty. First of all, this packaging is so cute, and like these shades are so pretty. I have used this, and it's also like a glittery type of formula, but I love that. I have three more face palettes that have bronzer, blush, and highlighter in them. So the first is this NARS Hot Escape Cheek Palette number 3. And this is what it looks like. This is the one that is currently in my year-long project pan to use each shade 50 times that I'm struggling with, honestly. This highlighter is way too dark for me. I love this bronzer. Such a great bronzer. Has a little bit of a red tone to it. And then I do love this blush. It's a nice corally blush. I just haven't been reaching for it because I've been wanting to reach for my rusty sunburnt blushes. This one's really pretty too. It does look very metallic, but doesn't look as metallic on the cheeks. It just provides a nice glow to the skin. My next face palette is from Sydney Grace. I've never talked about this on my channel, but this is their Luminous Light palette, and this is the medium one. I feel like I never talked about this because it was always too dark for me until now. I did use this yesterday. Well, actually I used the bronzer and the highlighter yesterday. The highlighter does have a little bit of a cast, but I can work with it. This bronzer is really nice for me right now, and these blushes seem really pretty. But this is just a palette that I haven't really used all that much, but I would like to get some more use out of this before I get pale. My last face palette and the last thing for this video is my Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette. This is the Leopard palette that came out a couple holidays ago. I can't remember when exactly this came out, okay? But this is what it looks like. So this has Dim Light, which is a finishing powder. And these are the powders I was talking about with the MAC one, where that's making me not want to repurchase this, which is crazy because this has been my favorite finishing powder. And then it has a highlighter that has a little bit of this blush in it now. Oops, but this is really pretty. Great highlighter. And it has 3 blushes. So this is Mood Exposure, Iridescent Rose, and Ethereal Flush. Those are the 3 blushes. I love Mood Exposure and Ethereal Flush. Iridescent Rose is more of a like barely there pigment blush topper, if that makes sense. And then it has a bronzer, which is also really nice. I would love to make my way through this palette, but again, I would like to make some space in my singles. Maybe I should focus on this first, so that makes me not buy more single cheek products. I think I might do this because this is, I think, going on 3 years old now, so this needs to get used very badly. Otherwise, this expensive palette would have gone to waste, and that would have been very upsetting because I do love these shades, and I would repurchase these shades, probably in one of their quads that you can curate yourself. Probably with like a bronzer and 2 blushes and a highlighter. Yes, I've thought about it. Okay, of course I have. But yeah, I love these powders so much. They're so nice, but I think it's time that I need to focus on this palette. So maybe I'll introduce like a Pan That Face palette. Maybe sometime soon. I don't know. We'll see. But that's everything for my cheek collection. I hope you enjoyed. My voice is sounding so raspy right now. I need a drink. But that's everything for my cheek collection. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great day, a great night, whatever time it is for you. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.